In this call, we from the organizer team, as well as our colleague from the technical side, are here for your question. So we will be ready to answer all kinds of questions you might have. And today we will show you how to best prepare your exhibition participation and how to get most out of it during the exhibition days. And now I suggest we jump right into it. Freya, please take us through the event. Stage is yours.
Hello and good morning from my side. We will go through the platform together, and everyone should be able or should have entered to the event platform at least once before our meeting. If not, here we just have a short view on the 2 steps how to enter the event platform. First step, therefore, I will just share my screen. So here we go. You should be able to see my screen now. And the first step to get to the event platform is that everyone who should be present on your exhibition booth as a staff member, as part of the team, has to fill in this staff member form. After he or she filled in the platform staff member form, he will receive an email which is called "Welcome on board, prepare your participation." This email is sometimes sent to the spam folder, so please check your spam folder. The address, the sender is hello@swapcard.com, so also please check the sender email address in order to find the email in your inbox. One mentioning according to the platform usage, the platform is not working on Internet Explorer. So please make sure that the best recommendation we have is to use Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. But with Internet Explorer, they're occurring some problems, so please don't use Internet Explorer. For everyone who entered and who has already access to the platform, please enter your profile now if you are not logged in anyway. We will enter the platform, and this is the main page most of you will start their journey from, which let us enter, if we click on the event, on the home screen, which is the kind of lobby of our event. To just give a short overview, we have this level of the event platform, and we have a second level, which is the Exhibitor Center, where you can organize your participation and change your profile. We will have a look at the Exhibitor Center later. We will start and continue with our event platform tour right now. So from the home area, we will now search for a nice filled exhibitor profile. Therefore, we enter the exhibitor section and we have a look at our Fairtrade profile. Here we can see a profile which is filled. We set an exhibition and our booth background, this blue section here. We set our video. We added some information here. We linked our social media channels. We filled our contact details. We have some products showcased here. We have a session during the event. We uploaded our documents and we filled our team members. How this can be influenced, we will see later in the Exhibitor Center, but this is just to give you an idea of a filled profile. Another area where you as exhibitor showcase your company and be visible on the platform is the product section. Here we find all products which are showcased on the event platform. And by entering any product, we can see different pictures, a short information text, and we can always be directed with a direct link here to the exhibitor booth to find all the details we just saw before. We go to the next area, which is our program area. Here we as organizer, we organize a conference program, we set up several presentations, and also you as exhibitor, depending on your package, you enrich the conference program with your presentations. The presentations will be during the 4 days of the exhibition, of the event days. We now have the overview and we can filter on the certain topics, and we can of course enter to a certain session. We see more details in this view, so as the speakers or panelists as in this case. Now this presentation is previewed for the 23rd of November at 9:30. During the event, if I want to go to the session which is ongoing or guided to the next session which will take place, I can always use the live button in the upper right corner or from the home screen. We will just step into the live session which is ongoing right now on the platform, and here we are. This is the view for a session ongoing. We will have the video instead of the banner, and during this video we have the possibility to discuss in the live discussion. So here our team also asked, welcomes the people and also asked to send questions, to send ideas, comments during the session is ongoing. Also, we have the possibility to ask or to create polls. So we have the chat, we have questions, and we have polls. When the session, the video is over, and we want to have a Q&A to discuss a little bit about the presentation, we have the discussion room. We can click on the discussion room, which is an external meeting room. We knock on the door and hope to be let in. Yeah, here we go. Hello, Daria. And here now all the attendees can ask questions, can discuss together, and hello. We'll just leave here, go back to our live session, where we can see again the discussion room and the live discussion. So for every one of you who has a session, who has a presentation, please as speaker be in this view during your presentation, because we will need you in the live discussion. You can answer to questions, and of course you can also prepare some questions or anything you want to motivate and to interact with your audience. Also, we will need you in the discussion room after the session is over, because there will be attendees who have questions, and we won't let Daria alone with the attendees. We want you to be there, of course, to interact and to answer to the questions. So please, before your video starts, before your session starts, enter to this discussion room. You can click and Daria will let you in. All the attendees will enter the discussion room and will be let in after the video, after the presentation is over. So the next door, the speaker door, we won't open today. We will directly jump to the attendee tab. Here we see all attendees of the event. We see all visitors and we see all exhibitors.
Freya, it's nice that the commentary video is still playing, but I think we can stop it now.
Yeah, here we can see we can still follow a presentation and continue surfing around and continue discovering the platform. The conference will continue as we just saw right now. So here the attendee tab, we can see all visitors and exhibitors, and we can filter according to our interest the people on the platform. We can also filter according to the attendee type. We can influence to see all attendee visitors here, and we can get in contact with all these people. So if we click on a certain person, we can send a connection request, which is the same function as we know it from LinkedIn or Facebook. We can ask for a connection here, or we could directly ask for a meeting to this person. The view of this profile is limited because I'm not connected to this person. If I go back to the attendee tab and we have a look at a person who I am connected with, for example, Daria, I can see on her profile some more information, so as her email address or phone number. And I can also add some information about her by scoring, for example, her contact, my idea about the contact. Also, I can add some text or some notes, for example, send brochure or send an offer for machine A, so that I can prepare and work on this contact after the event. I can contact Daria with the message, or again here also I can send her a meeting request, and I can directly on the upper right corner here, I can step over to my communication area, and here I can always start a video call with the people who are part of my network. So by clicking on the camera, I will start the video call. And of course, I can influence to mute myself, to put my camera on and off. And I can also share my screen during the call. Here we see Daria is now in the call, and we could talk right now. Of course, during the call, I can also send files. I can send a PDF or a picture, whatever I want, I can send within this section. Also here, we can minimize the window, and we can continue discovering the platform while the window remains open. So I just end the call by Daria, and we are back to the home area. Now we step over to group chats. This is a kind of community where we have different tables. We will set some more tables here, kind of discussion tables where everyone can discuss, share ideas, or ask questions. So feel free to be part of these discussions. The next step is the My Event tab. Here I can see my personal event schedule. I can see my conferences, my presentations, and also my meetings are shown in this area. If I want to focus on my meetings, I can just click on the My Meeting tab. I can change my availabilities. So if I say, okay, Monday 23rd in the morning, 8 a.m., I'm not available, I can change the availability here. And these slots won't be shown on my personal profile anymore to be visible. So they won't be visible for the attendees to book a meeting. I could change the view, display empty slots, I deactivate, and now I could see all the meetings I have scheduled, which are pending. This one is pending. If a meeting was confirmed, it would be in this view. Also, in my event area, I have my network. Here I can see all the people who I sent a connection request to or who are connected with me. So this is the discovering of the event platform. We are done with the event platform at this point. Maybe, Paul, there are already some questions in the chat.
Thank you, Freya. In the chat, we don't have any questions yet, except from Josip Stipic that he can't see your screen. I hope this was solved in the meantime. Now I see a raised hand from Johanna Schwarzer. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask a question?
Sorry, didn't want to ask a question, sorry.
Okay, don't worry.
Then we will just continue.
Yeah, if there are no questions for this first part about the platform, then we would just continue the tour.
Okay, perfect. So we try to enter our second level, which is the Exhibitor Center. From here, from my event home area, I can enter the Exhibitor Center by two ways. Here in the home area on the left side, I see my company name and I can click on the pen. Or in the upper right corner, I can go to the drop-down and click on Exhibitor Center. I will be guided to the Exhibitor Center. If I click here, just to show you the detail, there's one step in between, this one. I'm guided to this page and I have to click on my company name. And then here we go, we are inside the Exhibitor Center. To switch back to the event, in the upper right corner, we have the Switch to the Event button. So here we are in your controlling center. Here, this is your company personal area, where you can see the analytics of your company during your participation on the event, so as the views of your company profile. And you can enter to your company profile to change, to adapt, to edit your profile settings. So the first thing would be to change the background image. You can, in this case, reset the background. If we just delete it, you can see here the dimensions of the background image which is needed. Then click on Add Background and we add the background back, save. And to be uploaded, and here we are with the background again. This is your own choice. You can upload a picture according to your CI as you would like to design your booth. Another thing to influence is the banner or the video. Depending on your package, you have a video or a banner. You can add a banner, or if you have the video included, you can add the video ID here. Important, you cannot enter the whole link, you have to enter the ID which is part of the link. If we go further, we can always click on Edit to influence the content given. It is important to know that the platform is in English and in French. So the user can, according to his language, influence if he wants the platform in English or in French. So that you, of course, should also deliver the content, your text in English and French. So here we see the English content, and by clicking on this flag, we can change to the French version and insert a French text in this field and in all the other fields, which we can influence. So if we scroll down on the profile, we can set the social media channels. Here again, important, you cannot enter a full link. You have to add the ID of your company, because the domain of the social media channel is already given. So please just add your ID in these fields. Then we have the products. To add a product, we click on Add. We see the product we already filled, and to click a new product, to set a new product, we click again on Add. We give a name and a short description. And of course, remember, here again, we have the English version and we have a French version to be filled. In the next step, we can enter several product pictures and we can add the categories. We can, of course, enter several categories depending on the products which you are showcasing here. We go back to the company profile, to the overview, and scroll down. Okay, product solved. The sessions are set by us as organizer. If you want to change something about your session details, please get in contact with us directly. And we have the document area. Here in the document area, you can add files, so as a PDF or JPEG, and also you can add a link. So here you can see this one is a link. The link can go to an external website, of course. It can be, for example, a video which is showcased on your website or a video which is shown on YouTube, Vimeo, etc. For your team members, if you miss any of your team members, please ask them again to fill the staff member form. So please don't fill the, you cannot fill any or add any new team member from your exhibitor center. Please always ask them to fill the staff member form, and we will add the profile of the person to your booth. Also, in this controlling center, the next step is the meeting section. Here in the meeting section, you can overview and organize all your meetings. And the next step, the Teams contacts. Here you can find all connections made by your team. Always ready to be exported on the Export All red button here. This is the result of your participation. So you have this Excel list always at your disposal. You can upload, download it whenever you want. And important to know is that contacts only appear in this list if the connection request is accepted on both profiles, on both attendee profiles. And the last section of our exhibitor center is the team section. Here, every person, every team member, by clicking on the pen, can influence if they are visible or not visible on the platform, or if they want to share or not share their contact with the team. We recommend to have this activated because then in the Teams contact section, all team contacts will be shown and you have one overview for your trade show, for your event participation. Well, done with the second level, our exhibitor center. Well, any questions to the exhibitor center?
I think you're too good, Freya. Still no questions. Now there is a raised hand from Dieter Rolf from Andritz. Please go ahead. Mr. Rolf, would you like to ask a question? If so, then you would need to unmute yourself. Okay.
1 second, I was a bit overexcited. Okay, thank you, everybody. Freya, you said that the Teams contacts only will be only visible once both people have been connected before. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it's the same idea as you have on LinkedIn. If you don't accept the meeting request, you don't want to give your data. So yes, both sides have to accept the meeting, the connection request or got in contact actively. Okay. I would then just step over to the part networking. So we will go back to our event platform and we will see how to network. So what you need to know is there are 2 contact points. You can, or an attendee can contact the company and they can contact the attendee profile.
Freya, maybe before you start, I think this is really maybe the most important part, because this really, in the end, you're successful as always if you are active. And in the networking part, you can be active, and this will then also result in success after the event. So I think this is one of the most important parts.
Don't put too much pressure, Paul. Yeah, so there are 2 different contact points, the exhibitor profile and the attendee profile. And in addition, there are 2 contact ways. You can ask for a meeting and you can have an instant communication, which means chat or video call. Let's enter a company profile to check what is possible. We will go today to our fake profile, as you might imagine, to the chocolaterie. And here I just go to the Talk To tab, but I already see my second way of communication to book a meeting. I just started here my Talk to Chocolaterie and I said, hello, I'm hungry. This is a personal section. This is not public. And also if the chocolaterie answers to me right now, it's a personal view. It is not public to the profile of the exhibitor. So what we are going to do now is the second way to book a meeting with chocolaterie. And this is the point where I ask every one of you, you can enter to the chocolaterie profile in the Exhibitor tab, and you can also try to send a meeting request to the chocolaterie. You can choose whatever meeting time is suitable right now for you. It's just to try how to send a meeting request to an exhibitor. So you can enter the profile now and do the same as I did. I clicked on here, see more slots, and I took any time, like 10 a.m., click, and then I go to the virtual meeting room, of course, and then I say, hi, I am interested in a huge package, and then I send my meeting request for November 10 a.m. And now I can see here, okay, meeting is requested, it's pending. So I wait for the chocolaterie to answer my meeting request. The same situation appears if an attendee asked you for a meeting request. And here we can see now the bell just rang and we got an incoming meeting. Probably it's not shown yet, but it rang. So we'll just wait until this is loaded because it's just the meeting was just sent. We'll just reload the. So now it does not show the notification we just received because we are now into our profile with many people, but we will directly head to the section where we will receive the meeting request. As we saw before, in our exhibitor center, we saw the section meetings. And here, if I upload the section, I see now there is an incoming meeting. We saw before that the ring was belling and this meeting request was shown. If I click on this drop down, normally I will be guided to this view. And I have to accept, of course, a meeting request by clicking reply. And as this meeting was sent to my company, I have to assign a person who will be responsible for the meeting. I can see the person's name, the position, and the company, so I can decide, okay, I think my colleague Daria is the right person to have the meeting with this person, and I assign Daria to this meeting and I accept. If you don't assign a person, the call cannot be entered by the attendee. So if you receive a request from someone to your company, make sure that you assign one member of your team to this meeting and to accept the meeting. If we go back to the event platform now, and I as Freya, I'm wondering when is my next meeting and when I have all my meetings, I can go back to my event and to the My Meeting sections. And here we saw before, okay, if I just don't display all slots, I can see, okay, these are the meetings scheduled. And if I want to see now my Teams meeting, I have a direct link here, see my Teams meeting, and if I click, I am guided back to the Exhibitor Center, and I can see all the Teams members' meetings again. So this is the playing around of meetings where I can see my meetings. And now I'm in the situation that I think, Daria is not the right person to talk to the chocolaterie. I will take over the meeting. And I will go to this meeting, and I can delete Daria from this meeting, and I can add myself. And I click on save. And so I changed the meeting from Daria to me. Of course, I did not want to hurt Daria in this case. I just think that it's better if I take over the meeting. Maybe we just had a phone call and we discussed that Laurie and the chocolaterie should be managed by me. And now the meeting is part of my calendar. If I go back to the platform now, and I just reload to show you directly what happened, I now got a notification because now the meeting is on me. I mean, I did it myself, but even if a colleague would change the assignment, I would receive a notification here, and I know, okay, I have a new meeting. I can enter directly to see the person profile here, or I can see in my meeting area all my meetings ongoing. And if we check the time now, 10 a.m. on 12th November, oh, it's right now. The meeting is already ongoing. The meeting time is now. So I can see this camera sign, and I can directly enter the meeting here. Or same view, if I click on the profile of the person I have the meeting call with, and the time of the meeting just started, and shortly before I can start the call on the profile. So what we saw in the process of being on an exhibitor's profile, the chocolaterie, and we talked to the chocolaterie and we started a meeting, we saw that everyone of the company will receive a message if an attendee contacts your profile. So we recommend that you indicate a captain for your exhibitor profile who always takes care of incoming talks to your company profile and of the meetings, so that everyone is sure, okay, this one person is taking care. Of course,
Freya?
Yeah.
Hello. Just one question for this meeting requests. Is it possible to also assign two persons to one meeting, or is it just a one-on-one communication?
It is a one-on-one communication. It would be on my list later, but I will just tell you what is the possibility you have. So meetings, no matter if it is between a company or an attendee, the request came in for the company or for the attendee, it's a one-to-one meeting. The video call is one-to-one, the chat is one-to-one. So if you want to have a talk between more of your team members or more of the attendee team members, you need to add an external link. So you can add a Zoom link or a Teams meeting link to the talk and say, okay, just let's click on this link and we will see in a separate meeting room. The offer we do for you is if you say, okay, we don't know, we don't have a room like this, you can ask us and we will provide you with one meeting room link for the whole event. Just drop us an email, just send me an email or to one of my colleagues, say, okay, our company is interested to have this link, and we will provide you with one link which you can share between your colleagues and which you can use to enter during the whole event.
Okay, thanks.
What we discovered on the company profile is of course also possible on a person's profile. So if I go to the profile, I have the same possibility as we saw before. I can choose a meeting or I can send a connection request. If I send a meeting request, the connection request is included. So if I go and choose a meeting right now with Martin in this case, and I drop a message and I send the meeting request, and as soon as the person answers and accepts my meeting request, the connection is also made. So same procedure, talking and requesting a meeting. What is different is the communication on the chat. If we go back to our communication area, we can see that we have our own communication area. My name is indicated here, and here's a red one. If I click here, I can see, there is my profile, my company profile, also part of my communication area. And here I see, okay, I was contacted on my company profile. This is what I said, okay, everyone of your team will receive this message, everyone will see it, and we recommend to indicate one person who is always in charge of answering to these requests coming in, so that not everyone is confused, like who is taking care now, should my colleague? We recommend indicate one person who takes care, who is the captain here to answer. If you get a meeting, a communication, chat message from someone who you say, okay, this is an interesting person, I want to have her contact details. I want to have the contact details of Lori right now. As long as we are chatting, we don't accept the connection request. We just chat. We did not accept to give our data to Lori. So if I say, okay, Lori is an interesting contact, I copy paste her name because I want to add her to my network. And I go back to the attendee tab, and I search for her name. Let's see, because everyone who can write me an email is on the platform, because everyone has to be registered. So we can see here's Lori, the person who sent a message to my company, and I will click on her profile, and in this case we are already connected, and we did not delete the connection here, but I would send the same as I did for Martin before. I would send a connection request. And if the person is connected to me, she will appear in my contact list. So here, when I go to these two people in the upper right corner, I can see my contact list, and here I can see Lori. So this is the way I make sure to get a contact into my contact list, to make sure that I get the data of this person. Because if I download this list, and this is what we also did in the Exhibitor Center before, I have here now one list of my company, an Excel sheet with all the contacts of my company, this one, and I have the sheet of my contacts, of Freya's contacts. When I just open this Excel sheet, ta-da, it's the second one, this one. Here we can now find Lori as part of my contacts. So please make sure, if you are active with your personal profile, to connect to someone directly. And if you are responsible for the company profile and someone is texting and chatting with you, to search for this person in the attendee tab and go to the connection. Okay, I think I did not forget anything about the networking. Just close my Excel sheets. And yeah, we now also, during our networking discussions, we saw also the navigation of these beautiful little icons, which is the home area, our communication area, where we can see our personal chat and our company chat. we can see the notification tab, where will be a lot of action during the event. So make sure that you always keep an eye on your notifications and get into a chat directly from here and accept meetings. So have an eye on these notifications. And the fourth icon is our network, always ready to be entered in the upper navigation. So we finished the network tour. And
Freya.
Yeah.
Freya, it's Thorsten from Ishida here. Sorry. Hello. Could you just once again explain how you assign people to the company? Let's say how you pick the right person from your company to speak to a customer who wants to chat. I missed that a little bit there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now the meeting is not in my notifications anymore, but if the meeting request comes in, I can enter from my notification, or I can always enter the meetings in my Exhibitor Center. In the overview here, meetings, I can see all the meetings which are scheduled. And if I click on the meeting itself, this little window on the right side opens, and I see that the meeting is now assigned to me. And here I can click on the X. And then the assignment between me and Laurie is deleted, and I can assign a new person of my team to be part. Well, we can change, we can choose Paul here, and then I click save, and then Paul is part of assigned to this meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So two
Yes,
things to mention.
There is another question from Fadi Swedan.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Paul and Freya, for this nice presentation. Actually, my question is about the language. I just tried to pick a random attendee in order to check his profile and to see what the preferred language is, and I could not see any preference for the language. I think this would be very much helpful for assigning the right guy for this meeting. I don't know if this option can be implemented.
If you mean like where any attendee can change the language, it's in the upper right corner. You have the drop down where we also started our tour to the Exhibitor Center, and there is the point settings. So the language cannot be changed in an upper flag. I think I know what you mean. In this case, you go to your settings, and here you can change the language. So I could change the language to French, and if I go back to the home area, then the whole language of my profile will be French. So we just wait the page to be loaded, because now everything is translated. Oh, I went back to the to our studio. Yeah, this is the point where you can change your language. So you can try it for your profile. If you go to the settings and then you change the language to French here, then your language is changed.
Well, Freya, my question was, in order to assign the right person for the meeting, is it possible to check the language preference of the attendee?
It's a good question. I mean, you can click on the profile of the person, but you won't see
the preferred language.
Yeah, the preferred language. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we can ask Ali from our technical background if she has an idea about it.
Hello, everyone. Actually, Freya, I don't have anything much to add to what you just said. So checking the country if on the profile, if it's written, can be one indication. Otherwise, yeah, Freya, we might want to think of adding an extra field on the profiles to make sure and to encourage the attendees to fill it. But this might be a little last minute.
Okay, so for now.
So for now, I would say checking the country if it's in the contact details of the person.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you.
Okay, I will just mention two things and then we are ready for all questions if you have some to add. One thing is that we have created an exhibitor manual, which you can find in your exhibitor center. If you go back to the exhibitor center, now in the we now switch to the French version, but it's in the English and in the French version. It is shown here. We changed a link, and this exhibitor onboarding manual has a direct link to download page, and this is an explanation file for many of the things we just discussed. You can download it here and go through it on your own. For example, you find the staff member form linked here again, and you also can find a direct link to enter the platform when you don't want to enter through the email, and some more details we just discussed on the exhibitor center and also on the networking features. So in your exhibitor center and also in the invitation of the today's meeting, we linked this exhibitor manual. And then the last point from my side is our contact as organizer during the event. If you have questions, issues, whatever during the event, you can always contact us on our profiles. You saw we have the Fairtrade Organizer booth, so you can always find our team members here and can contact us whenever you want. And in addition, during the event, you can see on your home screen the organizer office. And if you click on the organizer office, you are linked to a virtual room. Click join meeting. And here we as organizers will be there for you to answer to your questions and ideas, or just to have a coffee together, whatever you might visit us for in the organizer office. So from my side, thank you for listening. I hope I could give some more ideas and make the platform a little bit familiar for you. Just go ahead, click around, try to send me a connection request, a meeting request to Fairtrade, and get familiar, because in the end, it's just of clicking a little bit around. And I think in the end, the platform is quite easy to understand and quite easy to use. And we will be happy to welcome you on the 23rd, and also from next Monday on, when the visitors can enter the platform. They can already get familiar with the platform. They can send you a meeting request for the event days already. So make sure that you know how to answer and be active during the exhibition days. Do we have any questions, Paul?
Yes, we had a couple of raised hands. We didn't have any questions in the chat.
Okay.
I saw one from Lydia. Maybe please go ahead. Yeah, from
Yes.
Lydia Abdelli, there's a question.
Thank you very much, Paul. Freya, thank you for your presentation. It was quite interesting. I'm just wondering how we can effectively invite our customers to join the events. I mean, not all customers are keen on new technology. What is the shortest and easiest way to attend?
I will just open our... So, of course, the most important thing is that visitors are directed to enter the platform, and this is, they need to register. So on our website, we have the link to the visitor registration. And so this is really the first step for them. They have to register to the event. This is the official registration form for visitors. And they need to fill their data. And they will also get an email to be directed to the platform. So in the end, of course, if you say they are not that digital, you need to make them, to take the fear away and say, okay, you just have to register and enter a mail. And maybe the hint that it is similar to Facebook or to WhatsApp conversation or to a LinkedIn profile, let them understand that it is quite easy to join the event and to go around on the platform. So to make them inform them about the event, I don't know if you received already the promotion email we just sent out yesterday. We linked an invitation card per company. So there is an invitation card saying you're invited by, and then there is your logo. And there is a direct link. If you send it as a PDF, there's a direct link to the visitor registration and to the website. And also, we just sent the banners, which we are also having in our signature, which you can place on your website or on social media. We can also gladly send you a social media advertisement, which we use if this can be helpful. And also, of course, if you already spread the word on social media with our hashtag Virtual for All Africa, of course, this is the right way to contact them and to bring their attention to the event.
I think the most important really is the invitation card, because it contains your logo, it contains a direct link. So with the invitation card, it should be fairly easy to invite people and to make them find the platform and your booth.
I just wanted to open the invitation card. I don't know if everyone saw the email. I just found an example of one of the invitations. We have it here. This is how the invitation card looks like, in this case from Lödige. And here we have the direct link to the attendee registration and to the website. So this invitation card is available for everyone, which you can send on WhatsApp, you can send via email. Just let us know if you did not receive it yet.
Lydia, is that clear, more or less?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, this is clear.
Great. Are there any other questions, any topics you would still like to discuss? Okay. I don't see any other question in the chat. I don't see any other raised hand. So once again,
maybe Ali has something to add. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to double check if we talked about everything.
I think you went through everything. I have nothing to add. But feel free to get back to us if you have any further questions, obviously.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you everybody for joining, and then we're very much looking forward to a great event on Monday. All the attendees will be able to access the platform, so from then onwards we can arrange meetings and so on. Now there's one more question. Will you send registration of this meeting? Yes, we will. Yeah. We will send the link so that you can take a look at the video again. So yeah, I thank you. And then we are looking forward to seeing you during the exhibition days. We are going to invite you to an exhibitor evening. So keep your beer cold, and we're looking forward to have a virtual and digital exhibitor evening where we can connect and discuss. So we're very much looking forward to that. And then we wish you nice preparations and stay healthy until the exhibition starts and then throughout the next couple of months. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for joining. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Great job. Great
Thank
job,
you.
guys.
Great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great job.
Very good. Thank you.